Your mind in terms of the past flu season?
H1N1 came, and then we were all worried about that.
The swine flu?
The H1N1.
H1N1.
It was very scary because nobody really knew what to expect.
It was a different kind of flu.
Who do you think is most at danger for getting H1N1?
It was infants, young children and older.
Children and pregnant?
Small children and elderly people.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about young adults, or I didn't think of it
Yeah.
as affecting young adults.
It was all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to avoid.
It was just shoved in your face, and I thought it was just the media shoving it in your face.
It was like a fad, like a trend, and then it just fizzled.
And why did you get
I was
vaccinated?
afraid I'm going to get my son sick. You know, if I get sick and then the kid gets sick, or my wife, and then everyone's sick, and everyone's just miserable.
When I do get sick, especially the flu, cold, or whatever, everyone at home gets sick.
Depending on how it affects you, it could lay you up for a couple days, could lay you for a couple weeks.
You don't want to say you've been conditioned to do it, but we kind of have. It's flu season. It's the shots available. My employer says, here's a voucher to go do it, and we go do it.
I have to say I've gotten it for 3 years, and I haven't gotten the flu.
I got H1N1 for the first time, and technically a flu shot in general for the first time.
For the first time this season?
Yeah.
And why did you get the H1N1?
Preventative measures.
But you already had a seasonal flu shot.
Yeah, it just seemed like this was more of a hype.
That I got the initial flu shot first because my doctor didn't have the H1N1 at that point. And then when I went back a month or so later, she had it.
Did anybody here get a flu vaccine? No?
No.
No? Okay. What is the absolute negative consequence, though, of getting the shot?
I think it's the
The
unknown.
flu shot. The flu shot.
No, I think it's the unknown. I think
The
that's the
unknown.
worst thing that could happen. We don't know.
The possible risks associated with the vaccines, they're just far too scary.
I don't think I was that concerned about it.
You weren't?
Because I mean, the flu has been around for a long time, and I mean, if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it.
Never. No, I hardly ever get sick.
And why aren't you going to get the flu vaccine?
Because I am not convinced that vaccine is going to protect me.
Because I don't have faith in the flu shot.
No, I think there's many strains of flu, and then
I see.
the vaccinations only cover certain strains, so there's other flus you can still get.
Earlier, they'll put out one strain of vaccine, and then suddenly that's not the strain that's going around this year. It's some other strain.
You're giving yourself that flu. They're
And you
injecting you with
develop
it so you can
antibodies.
create antibodies so you don't actually get it. So
Full force.
Is that important to you?
no, I don't want the flu in me.
The only 2 times I ever got the flu shot, I ended up getting the flu.
You did?
So yeah, I choose not to get the flu shot because
I always hear people say, "Oh, I just got the flu shot," and then like the next day they're sick.
It happened to me too about, I want to say 3-4 years ago. And that was the sickest I've ever been.
I had the same experience.
So it turned me away from it.
Autism is such a huge thing right now, and the least amount of stuff I can force into my child's body, the better for me.
Like even babies, we bombard them with all this vaccination, then they never develop their own antibodies.
So there's a fear of the unknown.
Yes. Especially with the H1N1 it being so new.
My thing is, what's the track record of this vaccine?
it's brand new. It's out there.
But
Nobody
the
has
regular...
seen the consequences of them yet.
Did you do anything differently because of this season?
I tend to wash my hands more.
Everybody washes hands. It's the normal routine.
Make sure that they wash their hands.
I'm just always washing my hands.
Washing your hands.
We have hand sanitizer in the car.
And sleep is really important.
Good sleep.
Good sleep.
Building my kids' immunity, making sure they sleep.
Nutrition, lots of vitamins, ginger pills and vitamins. And
Taking vitamin C.
I think twice about at any public place. If the doorknobs, I'll use my sleeve.
I never touch doorknobs if I don't have to.
When I'm out in the public, I don't touch my face.
Can someone show me how you're supposed to cover your mouth or when you cough or sneeze?
Always
and
use my elbow.
Elbow?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you learn the?
Oh, my kids.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Kids were told that when they sneeze, they must.
And they teach the little kids that because they sneeze and then they grab their friend's hand.
Where do you get your information about the flu?
I get mine from the doctor.
I just know whenever my children are sick, or just call the doctor.
Well, KP, Kaiser.
Kaiser sends
For me, it is the internet.
It
mostly,
is.
Or my doctor, my pediatrician.
Most of the time is I go to the internet when I want to research something.
Any other websites?
WebMD has some good information.
WebMD?
CDC for me.
The one I like personally is the CDC. School.
School.
Lots of handouts and preparations if you get it.
Did other people get information from schools?
Yeah.
They'd send out flyers for all the grades from elementary to high school.
If everyone got vaccinated, it wouldn't spread so much, and that's kind of how it is in the community. If everyone got vaccinated, that one person wouldn't be transmitting, germs and whatnot and whatever to everyone else.
Cooperate with the community. The community's trying to stop the flu. And you're a part of the community, then you would do your part.
The flu is a real threat. It spreads faster than you think, and anyone can get it. So get vaccinated and protect yourself from getting sick, because the power to prevent the flu is in your hands. It's up to you to stop the flu. Learn more ways to protect yourself at cdph.ca.gov.
Was there anything about this that was appealing or grabbed your attention?
I think it's a good message, especially for the kids. Easy to understand, easy for them to read.
And that's why I like the clip, because it was to the point, the cute little segment.
The light switch, the door handle.
It's an easy commercial to follow, If these are the ways, this is what you can do, and that's
I
it.
saw the baby hands, the little baby hands. So that kind of made me think maybe, Well, I always have a hand sanitizer near her bed, but I guess it makes me feel a little bit more precautious.
I did like how it actually said 4 different ways that you can protect yourself during the flu.
With the poster, you can take them up on doing or following through with 3 of those things, and you can leave that 4th one behind if you don't want to.
For me, it would be 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
That's
kind of right.
Yeah. What is it about it that reassures you that if it's from the Department of Public Health?
It's a California department that it's being run by California. You're thinking, you hope, and they are telling the truth.
When I hear California Department of Health, I think reputable.
I would find it to be credible.
You would find it to be credible.